Hey you, my name is Emily, the Drone Angel, and welcome to your one-stop shop for everything drone related. Today I'm going to be sharing 8 do's and don'ts of droning that I wish I knew before I started flying. But before we get started, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button so you're notified when new videos go up. If you take the time to learn the fundamentals of flying a DJI drone, you will save yourself a ton of pain when something goes wrong. Even if you're an experienced pilot, it's nice to brush up on the foundation of responsible flying and perfecting your flying skills. Most of these do's and don'ts you can probably find in your manual, but if you're a visual learner like me, it's nice to imagine these in realistic situations. I was so excited when I first started droning that I wouldn't pay attention to the length of my clips when I fly in a particular direction. It's easy to make jerky motions with the joysticks. By changing the direction with them too quickly, you lose the chance to capture smooth cinematic clips. Be gentle with the joysticks when you're capturing footage. First, determine what you want to highlight at a location. For example, if it's an island as seen here, you might want to fly towards it to reveal its beauty. I suggest moving the drone forward or backward in one direction. People want to feel like they are there with your drone, as if they were in a helicopter enjoying the scenery. You can make that happen with slow and consistent movements. If you're new to droning and using the joysticks, get in the habit of flying your drone in one direction for 15 to 20 Mississippi seconds. It's easy to get nervous that your drone is flying too far and not keep up that momentum. As long as you're aware of the drone's distance and space, you're good to go. If you lose connection for whatever reason and your drone has a return to home feature, it should return to you safe and sound. Which brings me to my next recommendation of capturing cinematic clips. Go into your drone's Gimbal Advanced Settings and change your max gimbal pitch speed to 15 and the gimbal pitch smoothness to 20. This forces your gimbal to ease into a tilt up or down instead of creating a jerky movement that is distracting for your audience. When you're flying somewhere with an epic view, identify the most beautiful part of that setting. Fly your drone in that general direction for 15 to 20 seconds, and then at some point use the tilt to pan up or down to reveal the beauty below or above you. In order to hone your skills, you must practice flying as much as possible. It's important to learn how to fly your drone smoothly before you really focus on the content. Spend some time learning how to fly your drone in a perfect circle in a big open space. You can start by flying the drone around you or a subject of interest. This will dramatically improve your control over the joysticks as you use both of them together. Also, if you have the type of DJI drone that has intelligent flight modes, you shouldn't rely solely on them to do the job for you. During a trip to Belize, my drone wouldn't allow me to switch to intelligent flight modes, so I was forced to orbit every location manually. You should really know how to do this, especially if you're on the job. Once you have a subject to fly around, use the right joystick to move forward and the left to fly right rudder to move the drone on its vertical axis, meaning you'll be moving the joystick to the right slightly as you circle around. You just want to remember to be gentle with these little baby joysticks. Once you have mastered the circles, try flying your drone in figures of 8 to improve your coordination and ability to use both joysticks at the same time. Take your time when you're doing this because it's very easy to make jerky motions with these joysticks. California is known for its beautiful weather. Since I'm constantly on the go, I sometimes would leave my drones in the car while running errands before a drone job. Thankfully, it only took a couple weeks into owning a drone to realize that it was a horrible idea. It wasn't especially hot outside, but when I went to go grab my Phantom for a commercial real estate job, it was hot to the touch. This was a reality check that I can't leave my drone in the car for a long period of time. Now, I had only left my drone in the car for an hour period. If it's 80 degrees outside, it's even hotter inside the car. You wouldn't leave a baby inside a car, so why would you do the same with your little flying dude? You want to store these bad boys in normal room temperature, between 71 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. If your drone overheats, it can shorten the life of your batteries and potentially melt the internal wires of your drone. You have one job. Come on, buddy. You got it. Did you receive a drone for Christmas? I know, it's exciting, right? But I also know it's very easy to wait a while before you open it, especially with holiday parties and the new year. I'm going to explain why this is a bad idea. Last fall, I met up with a coaching client that wanted to get more comfortable with flying her drone over bodies of water. So naturally, we met up in Newport Beach. But her Mavic Pro wouldn't start. We realized that there was something wrong with the actual battery. She then told me that she hadn't charged the battery once since she received the drone as a gift 5 months prior. I confirmed my concerns after a quick Google search. If your batteries have been in storage for a long period of time, there's a good chance that they are in hibernation mode. Hibernation mode is the state they come in when they are first delivered to you, and it is recommended that you fully charge your batteries when you first receive them. If you stored these bad boys at 0% for a long period of time, there's a good chance that the cells have lost storage capacity and you can't charge these batteries using the standard charging method. I was hired to drone over 7 commercial real estate properties in a matter of a couple days. During my first flight up, I noticed there was something seriously wrong with my drone because it started to spiral out of control and moving the joysticks did little to nothing, so I immediately flew my drone down. After a quick Google search, I realized that it was the toilet bowl effect. I was flying off a parking garage that had metal rebar in the concrete. This was affecting my compass. When your drone starts to do the toilet bowl effect, switch your remote to ATTI mode and fly your drone down immediately to avoid a flyaway. Make sure you're at least 20 feet away from any metal surfaces and recalibrate your compass before flying your drone up again. One way to get your adrenaline pumping is by letting your drone battery get too low before flying your drone down. Depending on how far I am and the weather conditions, I typically fly my drone down between 30 to 40% battery. Keep in mind that windy conditions will affect your battery life. If you're flying against the wind, I highly suggest switching your remote to S mode so that you can fly at your maximum flight speed and return your drone as quickly as possible. Purchase the Fly More pack so you have extra batteries on hand, and that way you're not pushing your luck and you can switch the batteries more often. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, the biggest compliment to me is if you could share it with someone else that would also enjoy it. Of course, subscribe to stay up to date on new videos, and feel free to comment below if you have any drone-related questions or stories to tell. I would also love to hear your ideas for future videos. If you're interested, I also do online educational consulting and hands-on workshops where I teach you how to fly over whales and dolphins. More information is on my website and in the links below. See you in the next video.